Good morning, Berwick Court School. What are we going to do today? Learn, enjoy, succeed. It's assembly time. It is Monday, the 22nd of June. So, all change again for us at the moment because we have got even more children coming back to school. So, not all of you, but most of you, 87% of you in fact, will be sitting in a room in our school watching this assembly, and we are absolutely thrilled to bits to have you back. I know that you are going to have a wonderful 4 weeks at school with us before we finish for the summer holidays with loads of fun and exciting things going on. So, we have, Mrs. Nash has organised that we can go out and use the Forest School classroom. So every week you'll go out to the nature reserve. You're going to have PE lessons twice a week with Mr. Bavington. If you are in Key Stage 2, you'll carry on with your music lessons. Berkshire Maestros are going to be doing some Zoom lessons, which we are pros at already. So they're actually going to have a little practice of that on us to see whether they might be able to deliver some more lessons like that to the rest of the country in September if they're not able to come into schools again. So loads and loads of exciting things going on, a few things to learn about that are new and different. We'll talk about some of those this morning. So of course we had to go into lockdown because of coronavirus. The risk has come down. If you remember, I should have put that up here actually. If you remember the special chart where level 5 was in the red, in the press today it said that we have come down to a level 3, which means that things are much safer and all sorts of things can reopen, including school for a lot of you. It's not quite safe enough for everybody yet, because for people who might have some medical conditions or live with somebody with some medical conditions, they need to wait a little bit longer. But for the majority of us, we're able to come back together and we're really pleased to be able to do that. So our home learning has finished, and what an amazing journey we have been on. Mrs. Robertson made this really lovely infographic which we wanted to share with you. So we locked down, didn't we, on 22nd of March, and we're reopening actually in the beauty of symmetry on the 22nd of June. So March, April, May, June. So 3 months, but actually had 2 weeks off for Easter, 1 week off for half term. So in 2 months and 1 week, really, we provided for you, and you took part in, more importantly, over 900 home learning lessons. We made over 530 YouTube teaching videos. There were 55,500 views of Berwick Court School content, which either means that all of you watched our videos over and over and over again, or actually I think what is more likely is we've been actually educating half the country, and we have heard about that from lots of different people and actually had some emails in from people around the country who'd been passed on the information of our YouTube channel and have had a great time learning with us, and we're really sorry for them that we've had to stop it. And look at this, over 3,500 hours watched. So I'd like to say a massive thank you to all of the staff who were involved in making that possible for the children. What an absolutely brilliant thing to have been able to provide. What a wonderful little piece of our puzzle of this mad year that we've been on, moving into our new building and everything else. And great to be able to see the year out with 4 weeks with loads of you back in school all together. So, for some of you, you are still at home doing your learning. For lots of you, you are at school doing your learning with us. There are loads of things that are the same as before and a few things that are a little bit different. So you'll get used to your new space that you're working in, the smaller group, the adult that you're working with, a slightly different way of doing things. Actually, I think you'll really enjoy it. You'll find it's a slightly more relaxed approach to things over the next 4 weeks with loads of fun and exciting activities for you to be doing. If you're still at home, we've given loads and loads of ideas of activities that you can be doing to keep up with your learning at home as well. So a new kind of normal, a bit the same, a little bit different. So just wanted to remind you about some of the terminology and some of the reasons why we might not be seeing every child back in school straight away. So if somebody in the household or somebody that people come into contact with have some symptoms of coronavirus, then they might need to isolate, which means that they are just going to stay in their house for either 7 days or 14 days, depending on what happens, to make sure that if they are carrying any of those germs, even if they don't feel poorly themselves, they don't pass those germs on to other people. So sometimes people might not be around with us because they're isolating. Sometimes people might not be around with us because they're shielding. So that's not because they have been poorly, but because there's something in their bodies or in the bodies of the people they live with that means that they would get much more poorly than other people if they did get the virus. So they have to keep themselves in a really safe little bubble by not interacting with other people at all. And those people aren't quite ready to come back to school yet. One of the things I wanted to say to you that I think is really important is that for those people who are still at home and not at school with us, they are still a really important part of our school community, and I don't want anybody to feel forgotten. So everybody can still join in with assembly every day and watch that. If you're at home, you've got lots of work that we've set you that you can do, and you can look back at all the videos and things that we've put online before. If you are at school, I would like you to make sure that you keep in touch with those people. So you will see the children who are in the other group to you at lunchtimes and playtimes and things like that, but you're not going to see the people who are at home. So maybe just have a think about how you could get in contact with them. I bet all of you have got a way of doing that, and there's very few people left at home, and really important that they don't feel as though they're not part of what's going on with us. So we will do some things that hopefully will help, but it would be really great if all of you could do something that would help too, because imagine how lovely it would be for those people over this 4-week period if they had a little message from each one of you, even just a way of saying hi or checking in, seeing how they're getting on. I think that would make a really big difference. If you use any kind of online platforms for keeping in touch with each other, it would be really great if you could just reach out and make sure that you've included those people as well. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, look at that, it's quiz time. So nice for you today, because a lot more of you will have people to discuss these answers with. Let's have a look. Number 1, who was behind the gunpowder plot on the Houses of Parliament in 1605? And this is remembered every year on bonfire night. That might give you a clue. So who was behind that? Who was the person who put in place the gunpowder plot and tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament? That's quite a wordy question. Some of these questions, they sometimes make questions tricky by putting loads of words in, but actually if you listen to the question, it's not that hard. Okay, number 2. How many players are there in a football team? Bet loads of you know that one. Number 3. What is the fastest land animal? So something that isn't in the sea, something that is on land. Which of all the animals do you think is the most speedy? Number 4. What is the biggest animal in the ocean? What is the biggest animal in the ocean? And number 5. Where do polar bears live? 3 animal-based questions. So some of you might remember this when we did our topic on habitats. Where do polar bears live? See how specific you can be. Okay, we will go through the answers at the end. We have got a birthday to celebrate, and Aryan has his birthday today. Let's sing him happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Aryan. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy your celebrations, Aryan. I'm sure that you'll have a wonderful time with your friends in school today. Okay, so just a little reminder that we still have to keep our distance from other people who are not in the same group as us to stop those germs from spreading. So for all of those people who are at school today, one of the things that you're going to do today when you start your day is you are going to look at some rules, and this is the bit that might be different about being in school. So we're going to talk you through what you can and can't do, where you can and can't go, who you can and can't stand with, what you can and can't touch. Okay, just to make sure that we're keeping that distance where we need to. The other thing that your teacher will tell you about today is what to do if the fire alarm goes off. We're not going to do a drill with you all in different rooms because I don't think bringing you all outside onto the field together is a very sensible idea. But it is important that we know where we would go if the fire alarm does sound. So you just need to make sure that you're aware of that. It is time for Star of the Week. 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 Okay, so let's have a look at who we've got first. We're starting in Redwood Class. Well done to Jotpreet for producing a beautiful piece of writing about soup potato and always taking pride in your work. Well done to Jotpreet. Well done to Kai for working so hard on home learning. I've seen some of the things you've been doing, Kai, and I'm really impressed. It says on the back, your pencil control has improved massively and your writing is looking fantastic. Keep it up. And it's the birthday boy, Aryan, for having an amazing attitude to learning and trying his best all the time. Well done. One for Sterling for impressing Mrs. McNeely so much with his writing skills and enthusiasm for writing. Well done, Sterling. And another one for Redwood Class. That's our last one. This one is for Olivia Muzio for being so kind to others and showing your caring, sweet nature to make others happy. Well done, Olivia. That's a really lovely reason for a certificate. And I know how sweet and caring you are because you always give me a lovely smile and wave every time you pass my office. Right then, moving into Sycamore Class. Sarah, for beautiful effort in all home learning tasks. Welcome back, Sarah. One for B, for working independently in all maths tasks this week. Well done, B. Madison, for working really hard to solve multiplication and division problems this week. I did some of those, Madison, with the other group of Sycamore Class, and they were tricky, so well done. One for Oliver Robertson for fantastic improvement in his handwriting. And one for Lucia for being a great partner during our class reading comprehension. I heard about that because that was a really tricky comprehension about Roald Dahl, wasn't it? So well done for being so helpful and reading it to somebody who was struggling with some of those words. Those are our Sycamore children. In Oak Class, one for Jorvine for great work on spelling, punctuation and grammar. Good job. For Ryan for his adaptability and positive attitude. Well done, Ryan. For Bertie for super work on telling the time. Telling the time can be really tricky. Oh, look, there's Olivia. I was just talking about you. Okay. One for Evie for a creative attitude towards home learning. Well done, Evie. And Katie for fantastic effort in maths. Good job to you. Right then, let's move into Willow Class. One for Stanley for being the best chef in Bray when cooking for his family. Wow, well done, Stanley. Oliver for amazing effort with all your home learning this week. Great job. To Evelyn for an outstanding attitude to learning throughout lockdown. Evelyn, you've been in school every single day, and although you've been lucky to do that, it's been a bit tricky, hasn't it? Because it's been quite different all the time. Lots of staff coming and going, looking after you, lots of different things going on, but you've worked really hard, so good job, well done. So pleased for you that you'll be back with the rest of your class this week. And Freddie for fantastic understanding of similes and metaphors in English. Well done, Freddie. That can be quite tricky, I think. All right then, Birch Class. Florence, I'm really sorry, I don't think your name got in the newsletter because Mrs. Elstob and I had a conversation about this separately. This one is for helping the younger children without being asked. Thank you for doing that, Florence. You've been a big help to us this week. To Jay for a fantastic attitude and approach to home learning. Great job. And to Junior for some excellent junkyard similes. Great job, Junior. There's our Birch Class. And Maple Class, one for Reet for bringing joy and enthusiasm to every live lesson. Well done, Reet. Anika for taking a very mature approach to lessons from home and continuing to strive to always do your best. Great job. For Ellen for continuing to develop your maths and literacy skills when working from home. Well done, Ellen. Martha for a fantastic opening question to ask our real scientist. You had an awesome time doing that this week. I heard all about it. Sounds really brilliant. One for Isa for being a spelling superstar. And one for Miss Crouch, who will be hearing this while she's in the hall with the Willow Class on Monday, for joining the Maple team at school and bringing her passion and enthusiasm for maths with her. Maple really enjoyed their time with you. Thank you, Miss Crouch. And 2 sports stars from Mr. Bavington. Olivia J for brilliant effort and amazing control of the ball in PE. And Hector for always having enthusiasm in PE. Well done to all of our stars this week. And butterflies have absolutely smashed it this week. Butterflies 206, chicks 62 and spiders 72. Well done to all of you who've been really helpful around the house at home. Let's see what that's done to the overall totals. Here we go. In the lead are butterflies with 1,677. Next are the spiders in second place, 1,497, and chicks in third place at the moment with 1,326. So we're very happy to keep collecting those points if you would like to, but when your families email in, please just ask them to email the office email address and Mrs. Brake will add those on to our special spreadsheet, because your class email addresses won't be checked anymore by your teachers. They'll be busy in school with all the children who are there. Right, there are some amazing house points going on this week. Maple must have been doing some really, really good work. So let's have a look. Are you ready? Give us a cheer. Where are the butterflies? Where are the chicks? Where are the spiders? Let's see the scores on the doors. Here we go. It's pretty close, but look at that. We've had over, probably is about 1,000 points given out actually there. So in first place this week are the spiders with 388. In second place are the butterflies with 376. And just behind them are the chicks with 306 points this week. Well done to all of you that helped to collect those house points. Let's see what that does to the overall totals. Here they go. Everybody has gone up into the 5,000s. So in first place at the moment are the spiders with 5,237. In second place are the butterflies with 5,155. And just a little way behind those are the chicks with 5,122. But these totals do keep shifting. And remember, there's another 4 weeks of term, so anything could happen yet before the end. Next, I would like to share with you a presentation that Stanley put together and sent in for us. And we thought that it was so brilliant that you should all see it. So I am going to hand over to Stanley because he recorded his voice on his PowerPoint, so you will be able to hear him, and I will let him introduce himself. Over to you, Stan.
Ave, a Ghanaian language by Stanley. Ghana is located in Africa as shown on the map. There are many types of Ghanaian languages. Altogether there are 80 languages. The most widely spoken is Twi, but I have learnt a bit of Ave, which is the second most popular. I chose Ave because it's the language that my dad's side of the family speak. It originates from the Volta region, shaded in on the map in Ghana. Greetings. Nde, meaning good morning. Ndo, meaning good afternoon. Fiae, meaning good evening. You can add nawa, meaning to you. For example, nde, nawa, meaning good morning to you. Each person in the conversation would say the same greeting. Following the greeting, it is usually considered polite to also ask after the health of their family or household. So either party may respond with afemetoude, meaning how is everybody at home. Response will then be wo do, they are fine. Conversation starters. Ola nuadea, meaning are you well? The response would be meaning yes. And the other person would then say, you're, meaning okay. Nyonko de, meaning what's your name? The response would be Nyonko ne Stanley. Goodbye. Translated into Ghanaian, bye-bye.
Thank you, Stan. We were really impressed with that and really cool to hear that pronunciation. That's why we were so pleased that you managed to record your voice, because those words look really different written down to English, don't they? So thank you for sharing that. Really enjoyed it. Right, in assembly over the next few weeks, we're going to look at a few extracts from a very lovely book that's called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse. Now, this is a book with lots of pictures, but it is not a book just for small children. In fact, it says inside the book that this book has been written for people of all ages, including adults. And it's just got some really nice messages in it, and I thought that we might have a look at sharing these together. So this is the little boy who, this is the first page of the book where he introduces himself, says hello. And here we go, lots of lovely messages. This is the one I want to show you today. What do you want to be when you grow up? This is the mole asking the boy, and the boy says, kind. What a great ambition. And I know that we've got loads of kind children here, and you've got lots of opportunities to be able to show that to us in the next 4 weeks. Right, would you like the answers to the quiz before you go off to get on with your work? Here we go. Who was behind the gunpowder plot on the Houses of Parliament in 1605? Guy Fawkes. Number 2, how many players in a football team? 11 players on the pitch. You would have substitutions and everything else. What's the fastest land animal? A cheetah. What's the biggest animal in the ocean? The blue whale. And where do polar bears live? In the Arctic. Okay, well done to all of you if you got some of those right. Monday morning, 4 weeks left until the end of term. Really, really exciting. I'll come round and see all of you who are in your classes and say hi and talk to you from your door, because remember, I'm not allowed to come in. But I'm really excited to have you here and have a really wonderful 4 weeks before the end of term. Right, off you go. Get on with your work.